Hello, good people, and blessings and greetings to everyone out here in the Facebook social media world. Thank you for joining my Aisha Speaks Jade live audio that I'm doing this evening. It's actually a live makeup audio from Friday, August 3rd, 2018. And this evening, I would like to speak about 8 simple practices to transform negative energy. Okay, had a little glitch just that quick. Tell you technology is crazy. So, if you did not hear me the first time, I'm sending my blessings and my greetings to everybody out here. And thank you for joining my Aisha Speaks Jade live audio that's going on. I am making up this live audio from Friday, August the 3rd, 2018. And this evening, I'm going to be speaking on 8 simple practices to transform negative energy. So I have a couple of questions I like to ask you guys, and you can think about it. And if you feel comfortable to comment, please do. If not, that's okay too. So question 1, do you ever feel like someone else's negativity is draining your energy and dragging you down? Let me repeat that again so you can soak it in. Do you ever feel like someone else's negativity is draining your energy and dragging you down? I'm going to say hell yes. Heh, sure do. I felt that way before. And I'm not talking about, well, yes, definitely in the past. And sometimes I do in the present. So I'm being genuine with this. So think about it. And again, if you feel like answering it, leave it in my comment. If not, it's all good. Now I have a second question for you guys. Do you find that just being around certain people or scenarios makes you feel tired and down? Whew. Yes, 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 yes. So once you thought about it and you answered it either in my comment box or you answered it in your own head, either way is all good. So if you said yes to one or both of these, then let's see how we can change that. So in our culture, the invisible energy we as humans send out every day isn't often acknowledged. But as someone who has studied the wisdom of the medicine wheel, you know the importance of these invisible energies. Thoughts and emotions, even when well concealed, can have a real impact on others as well as the surrounding environment. The same is true not only for negative energy from others, but also for the energy that we carry ourselves. If we're harboring negativity toward ourselves and others, it can adversely impact our physical and emotional health. Whatever kind of negativity you're facing, whether you think someone is secretly wishing you ill, perhaps they're sabotaging your efforts or outright stabbing you in the back, even if you're being bombarded by your own negative self-talk, and you really have to watch out for that negative self-talk. There are simple ways for you to reclaim your personal power and transform negative energy into positivity. So I'm going to be giving out some 8 simple but powerful practices that are accessible to you at any time and can be done almost anywhere. These practices give you back your power to transform any situation in your life instead of being held hostage by the sources of negativity that you'll inevitably cross paths with. The choice to transform energy is not always easy. As we know, there's a lot of things in life that are not easy, but the practices themselves are simple. So take a few minutes to discover how to transform negative energy in your life. So we're going to talk about these 8 simple practices to transform negative energy. So, give me a second. My apologies. Just going a little slow right now. You know, wonderful technology. Okay, so number 1 would be breathe. Breathing is one of the simplest ways to transform energy. When you are in a state of reaction, your breathing becomes shallow. But by breathing deeply, you naturally transform your reactive state. Number 2, set an intention. When you feel upset, just say the following statement to yourself. I need to express how I am feeling right now, and I ask that the energy of my feelings be transformed into love and light, so I am feeding the world with love. I'm going to repeat that. It might be a lot, but if you practice it, it just becomes like a second nature. So this is what when you're feeling upset, you can say this statement to yourself. I need to express how I am feeling right now, and I ask that the energy of my feelings be transformed into love and light, so I am feeding the world with love. Third, think of a precious image. The energy behind your emotion goes out to all living beings. If confronted by someone who invokes strong emotions, think of a loved one and impose his or her image on the face of the person challenging you. So here's a scenario. You might work with the face of a baby kitten, puppy, or your favorite flower. What thoughts do you want to send to those you love? Interesting. Try it. This might sound silly to you, but try it. It might really be effective. 4, use the power of words. Spiritual traditions teach that words are vibrations, and the words we use affect our lives. As children, many of us use the phrase, this word, abracadabra. We've used the phrase before, abracadabra. I don't know how many of you remember that word, but if you do, comment yes, you remember that phrase, abracadabra. This is actually an Aramaic phrase, abraca and habra. It means I will create as I speak. Use words throughout the day which remind you of the energy of love. 5, be grateful. You know, I speak about being grateful, having gratitude and appreciation a lot. Because we should be. Having gratitude, being grateful, being appreciative. That's something that we should do when we wake up every morning, because every morning there's a fortune it's a fortune, a good fortune, a blessing. To just know that when you open your eyes, you are breathed, like you're alive another day. Someone unfortunately is not. So just being blessed and grateful to know that you woke up another day, breathing, you're in decent health, you can get up, you can wash your body, brush your teeth, take care of all of that hygiene. You can eat, you have a roof over your head, you have clothes on your back, shoes or sneakers on your feet. You can get around, whether it's public transportation or you're driving in your car. You can go to school, work, whatever you're doing. And at the end of the day, I mean, it's so easy to complain, right? And I'm guilty of it. It's so easy to complain sometimes. Why is it not so easy to just give thanks for the small things that happen? It's like we're so conditioned to do that. But it's all about our mindset. And I say that also. And when I say this, I speak for myself as well, because life is a learning process. It's a journey. I learn things every day. Good, bad, or indifferent. I still learn it. So again, be grateful. Think about what you are grateful for, which I personally just did. Grateful for family, grateful for a relationship, grateful for a best friend, grateful that I have a job, grateful that I have a roof over my head. Because once upon a time, I did not have a roof over my head besides being in a shelter or I was on the street. So being grateful always transforms your current state of consciousness. So again, let's practice being grateful instead of always complaining. And I know and I recognize that life is not the white picket fence, or life is not perfect, because it's not. We're going to go through challenges and difficulties, but we can push through them, and it doesn't last always. To me, I feel like I'm getting tested when I go through life challenges, difficulties, being stressed out, fatigue, or overeating, as I've expressed before. And that'll be another real conversation in another Facebook Live. But it doesn't last. It does not last. We can feel what we feel, but let's not soak in it. Let's do our best not to dwell in it. Let's push forward and find other means or other tools or other ways of learning how to deal with things. 6, project strength. Don't pity others whom you perceive as suffering. This only pushes them deeper into a hole. When you see people in their divine light and perfection, you help give them the strength they need to deal with their troubles. Yes. Don't bring people more down than they may be already feeling. That's just, I don't know what the word is. You're miserable, so you want everybody else around you to be miserable. Let's support people when and I know that's not always easy, but let's support people when they're going through things, or as this said, pitying others whom you perceive as suffering. Embrace them, yes, embrace them if they're in their divine light and love. Just like you can be a supportive person if they're going through challenges, be a supportive person when they're feeling good and when they're up and they're in their positive space, in their divine light and love. Why not? 7, connect with nature. Water can wash away your pain. I am a huge fan of nature. Love nature. May not love the bugs, but in general, I love nature. So water can wash away your pain. As you wash, visualize negative energy flowing from you and being transformed into light. As you stand in the wind, imagine the wind carrying what needs to be released and being transformed into light. Light a candle and imagine the fire. Imagine a fire transmuting your intense feelings. Or you can bury your troubles in the earth with the intention that the energy be transformed to love. So I know, love nature, love connecting with nature, the grass, the dirt, just the whole nature thing. I'm a big fan of, and I, as well as water, love being in sand and water, my feet being in sand and water, just connecting with nature and the higher power or the divine law that is. It just gives me a different sense of who I am and what's going on and everything. Like I can remember having like a huge headache, and as soon as my feet touched the sand and the water, like it went away. Literally, I can't make this up. Like it felt so good just being connected with the earth and nature, and like I said, divine law, universe, creator, God, whatever anyone chooses to call it. It was very peaceful and calming and relaxing. So yeah, sometimes if you can't connect with nature, I'm not necessarily around water a lot, but I still like connecting with it. Even if I go out to the park that's here in Atlanta, Piedmont Park, just knowing that I can just walk around and I'm, it's just feeling really good. You're hearing the birds chirp and you're seeing the dogs, and just even the vibe. The people are just, for the most part of it, it's just really a calming and peaceful thing. And lastly, number 8, surround yourself in light. If you feel someone is being energetically hostile towards you, imagine a protective light surrounding you. Some people think of being surrounded by white light. I imagine this is this person's example. They imagine being enclosed in a translucent blue egg. Interesting. Find a color that works for you. So about color, I love color. And to me, I believe that different colors give you different energy. And so when I particularly, I love all colors, but I love brighter colors like purple and the different shades of green, the different shades of purple, yellow. Like I just like a rainbow of colors. So for me, my energy when I'm wearing or I'm just surrounded with brighter colors, they tend to have my mood more positive, upbeat, especially like when it's sunshiny outside, good weather, my mood is better. So when it's rainy, cold, my mood tends to be more on a negative side. And those colors are more of the, I guess, fall or darker colors. They put me in a more negative, depressed mood. And because I am an individual who is on her journey and recovery of a mental disorder, my mood changes. And I definitely have recognized and noticed that. So it is a little bit more challenging towards the winter months versus the spring and summer months. So you don't need to have a diagnosis to have those type of feelings. I'm just saying that's me and my personal experience. But I hope that some of the practices or tools that I have spoken on definitely helps you. And again, watch your negative self-talk because that does play a huge role. Okay. Watch the environment that you are in. Definitely watch the people who you surround yourself with. Watch music because certain music can be an influence, or movies or books or anything. Everything has a pro and a con, a positive and a negative to it. Just be very mindful. You can please stop people saying that you can't. You can change your mindset. And again, if you go through something best life and go through it. But again, watch how long you keep yourself in that, because you can really bring yourself down. So thanks, guys, for listening to me. I will be back shortly to speak on something else. Always remember to take care of the crown, which is the top of your head to the soles of your feet. Make sure that you always do self-care and self-love and self-respect and know your worth. And with that being said, with gratitude, Ashe.